Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I gotta say.
Wow.
Today, you know what that means.
Wow.
Most exciting night in all of professional wrestling, AEW Dynamite. And look, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're joined by your boy Chemical Julian, the mixologist right there himself, the man in the chair, Shane Husky, and from Grapsody every Saturday morning, my boy Phil Lindsey. Boys, welcome to the Roundtable Podcast.
Yes.
So look,
Yo, Papa Rolly and check your 40s. It's
I'm
the
here for the third time in a row.
So usually we come on and we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Lots.
And on Mondays, we come out here and we do a show, and Mondays are kind of like the
Raw rundown.
Tuesdays are NXT. But man,
2.0.
oh man, tonight.
This
Jesus
made up
Christ.
week.
Black History Month has been redeemed in AEW, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
With the one and only Limitless Keith Lee
For
debuting.
he is limitless.
So, man, Julian, Phil, what do you guys think about tonight's show? Let's just get into it.
It does my heart good to see my stunt double on TV, man. I just,
Chemically.
And so when CM Punk said he had a surprise tag team partner, I either thought him and Cole Cabana made up, which
They
was
just
Shit,
made
that
up.
ain't gonna fucking happen.
probably not, or B, maybe it's Keith Lee, which it was not. Actually, Keith Lee came out one match early.
Yeah.
Well, I
And,
believe last week we talked
And
about that.
my man was out there getting married, looking good with Mia,
Yeah.
on his honeymoon, taking pictures, snapping selfies.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, bam, he's at work. I mean, can a brother get a day off? So there he is, right back at work, out there squashing private party in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Well, I mean, technically it wasn't supposed to be. Matt Hardy got so mad, he left ringside, left his boys just
You deleted out of there.
But look, man, Keith Lee did what he does. He looked good in the ring. Just a hair slower than usual, but still working the big man style, looking good. It was great to see him on TV. He's as charismatic as ever.
Yes.
Still hitting his spots. I feel cheated. I didn't get a spirit bomb, but it's all right though.
Maybe your energy.
And but it was a good solid match. They put him in a position to book him as a monster if they wish, and he looked strong. He looked good. He looked healthy, and most of all, he looked happy. He looked like he was enjoying himself. That's what really matters.
Most of all, he wasn't coming out as Bearcat Keith Lee.
Yeah,
But
goddamn bear.
That made my fucking day.
Not no.
If I would have heard that, I would have just slammed. I would have threw my TV against the wall and I would have left. That'd have been it.
But now you got these WWE fans saying, "Oh, Keith Lee never better."
We're not going to talk about those guys, Shane. We're not going to bring that up. What did you think, Phil?
Man, I was excited to see Keith Lee. I was excited to see him be himself again.
Yes.
And have to come out there and throw on a singlet and be ashamed of how he looked. He wrestled how he wanted. He did all of the same mannerisms. He had music that fit him.
Yes.
It was perfect.
I love the theme song. I can't wait to listen to it. Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mikey Ruckus.
Man, I thought the way they presented him was great. I like that he's going straight into the ladder match. It's got to be the favorite to win. I don't know who else is in it.
The favorite.
Got to be a favorite to win it.
Well, let's talk about the beginning of the night. Okay, so
oh my goodness.
I tweeted you, Phil, and I said, "Do we have a heel turn? Do we have a face turn yet?" And you said, "No." Look,
Not yet.
JR opens the show. He promises it's going to be a wild night. This is the first time Jim Ross wasn't salty, and he was legitimately right.
This is the first time I'm excited to hear that, folks.
He says it's going to be a good night.
Are you sure?
So Wardlow comes down with a Burberry carpet covering the entrance ramp.
That was great.
I was like, look at this shit.
He
Red carpet style.
He couldn't have looked any more salty bringing all of this stuff down. He just did not care at all.
Yeah.
He gave you two shits and a fuck with that one. I'm telling you. So he comes down to the ring, and he has this fucking like introduction sheet to Justin Roberts. Right?
Justin Roberts.
Yeah.
Justin Roberts does the whole introduction of the living legends, FTR, and Tully Blanchard. They come down.
But Wardlow didn't get no introduction.
These guys got like three bottles of wine, right? Or 3 glasses of wine, whatever. Then he says the greatest accountability buddy, the chairman, Sean
Correct.
Spears. Sean Spears comes down in a suit, right? No shirt on, some goddamn
No shirt
J's. So shout out to Sean Spears for wearing the J's.
But no shirt.
Then
No shirt.
and then with the most grandiose entrance of them all, MJF gets his entrance. He is legitly on a fucking throne being
WrestleMania
carried
night
by some
style.
randos.
Hey man,
Coming out like a hut.
if
Exactly.
you remember the episode of In Living Color where they had the roast contest between Jamie Foxx and Al Bundy, and they had the women carrying Al Bundy, that's what he looked like. That's exactly what he looked like.
So he gets in there, he does his whole thing, and one of the chicks, I don't know if that was his girlfriend or whatever,
Yeah.
whatnot, but
It was
Right?
his girlfriend. It
Okay.
was confirmed it was his girlfriend.
okay, well, whatever. I don't care about that.
Yellow Shane, you sound a little salty right there.
Yeah, Shane did sound salty. Yeah, Shane. Sorry, bro.
Get a pretzel, bro.
Man,
Man.
we'll have to blue chew. I'm just saying. So anyway, basically after the whole shut the fuck up chants go over, CM Punk comes out. He's like, yo, I want another match. And he's like, hey man, I got my ass whooped, but it took all y'all to do it, basically. So I got some friends.
He does?
Deep down in my heart, I was hoping that Bryan Danielson and fucking and John Moxley would come out together because I want to see that
Yeah.
whole submission squad click. And they brought
brought
Samoa
out-
Joe into that.
He brought out Esteem and his employee,
No, his son.
Darby Allin.
His
His son,
son.
Darby Allin.
It's a Darby Allen.
Okay, how you know?
I'm Phil.
Right.
Sting.
So they do the whole gimmick. They talk about it. But here's the thing that really got to me. Wardlow looked bored as fuck.
He did. He was like,
Yeah.
He
You
did
ever like-
not care about anything going on in this
Man.
segment, and I thought it was great that Punk came out instead. I want my rematch with Wardlow.
Yep.
I
the
thought
guy
that
who
was
beat me.
Darby,
Oh man. So I was really hoping that like seriously, like all bullshit aside, I love the fact that Mox was a special partner for CM Punk tonight.
yeah.
Because they have history back in the day. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
You mean
But see-
you mean Punk that started the Shield? It was his idea.
right?
Exactly. That was his idea. But me personally, I was really hoping and praying that fucking Wardlow came out as his partner. This Wardlow is
Oh,
whooped
like
all
just
the
a
ass.
swerve. Oh my god.
I think they're still slow burning it.
I
It's
would
gonna
like-
turn, but it's just
It's a
not yet.
slow burn.
I would need to change a pair of pants after that.
And to see the cool thing about AEW is that it's okay for them to do a slow burn because guess what? They'll start some shit in 2020 and pay that shit off in 2024 and
Yeah.
it'll still be hot. Then they're gonna be like a WWE show where they start a storyline on Monday the 1st, and by Monday the 8th it's already over.
They forgot.
They forgot it.
Oh,
Or
Sorry.
like someone's coming
You mean
coming
You mean they finished it?
65 weeks later. You still ain't got there.
Bro, I need you to understand something. If Veer actually shows up,
Beer.
this will be the first storyline since I don't know
long
when
term.
that they long term
Yep, first ever long term
and that they finished.
and finish.
All
Yes,
he has to
that's
do is show up.
Yep.
Like step in and be like, "Hi, I'm Veer," and leave. That's it.
He just walks up. Hi. Bye.
Hi.
Hey y'all. Hey y'all, what's
Hi.
up?
So
Hey Jerry.
So after we do all this whole thing, Sting gets this whole. Sting and Darby. They leave. Punk gets what he wants. Then, literally, a minute or two later, Sting and Darby Allin are backstage with Andrade,
Andrade.
and Andrade's super buff fucking valet,
That's
so to
right.
speak. Dude's big, bro. Dude's
Uh-huh.
a big ass dude. So everyone seems to be wanting the shot at the TNT Championship. So I'm assuming that Andrade is going to be in the Face of the Revolution ladder match along with Darby
Correct.
because
Oh,
they
that's gonna
both
be
talked
really
about it.
good. Ooh.
Darby says he won't work for Andrade after he goes to Sting. He says, "Finally, I found them." Everybody knows that Darby works for Sting, and Sting was like, "Did you not tell him 2 weeks ago?"
I did. I surely did told him.
Oh man! So basically, Andrade says that Darby says he's going to become the number one contender for the TNT Championship, and Andrade says, "That's cool.
No,
I
no,
know what you want. You're going to work for me because I'm going to be the TNT champion." So that was their way of working Andrade into the ladder match, I assume.
Yeah.
Sure.
But here's the thing, and we talk about this every time they show Sammy Guevara. Why is he always the picture-in-picture guy?
I don't know. Why is he still carrying around the other belt as well?
He's fucking Sammy Dos belts now. Like,
Yeah.
Sammy
It's the
Dos-
same belt.
it's
Sammy
yeah,
Dos
it's,
belt.
yeah, you know, just
Sammy
two
Dos.
different colors. That's all.
It's always
Um,
having picture.
So this is the match that made no sense to me.
At least now he stands closer to the camera so you can see what the
Yes,
sign.
they did. It wasn't
Yeah.
far away.
The Blade
It's
comes out.
actually his twin brother, sign guy, Sammy.
Oh shit! Sign guy Sammy. So the Blade makes his entrance, and he's facing Wardlow. So unlike WWE, where they do the whole face versus heel, here AEW there's no such thing as face versus heel. Everyone will fucking fight each other.
And sometimes it's heel
I
versus
love
heel.
that. I love that.
I like
And
that.
Blade did something smart.
Yeah, he
Taking
went
out
right for the
the
legs.
He went for the legs.
So in this match, I mean, most of this match took place in picture-in-picture. Also, that's the one thing that I really can't stand that AEW does.
More than
Like I know they want to show you the match, but fuck, man, picture. I mean, it's like watching picture-in-picture is almost like watching Raw with 35 fucking skits
Oh my god.
and
Tell
4
me about
matches.
it.
I get so angry when I see
You mean
picture-in-picture.
like watching Raw.
No. We already
Phil-
know the answer.
Phil is like,
Oh my god.
Raw.
Yeah. Where's Sasha when you need her?
Raw.
She's right there on the couch.
Exactly. When the dog is snoring because of Raw, we know something's going on. So what did you guys think of this Blade versus Wardlow match? Phil, what'd you think?
I think it served its purpose for, Wardlow to get another dominant win and, stand over somebody and pin them. It's basically, us waiting for him to eventually powerbomb the hell out of Spears because it's coming.
it's coming.
Yeah, you really want that, don't you?
It's coming. You could just feel it. Every
I
time
want it.
Spears walks in behind him, you can feel he wants to powerbomb.
He's like, oh, I can't wait to powerbomb the shit out of you.
Yeah, it's really funny because his power bombs look a little bit softer this week. Kind of like the one that he gave to CM Punk. The one he gave to CM Punk looked real soft, and I was like,
He's just
Bro,
waiting
it
for
was
the
a powerbomb.
biggest.
That was like
what
a-
else was happening? And the
I
ones,
was like-
the ones he dished out this week didn't look all that hard either. I mean, he still got the win, but they didn't look as hard as like when he had them two dudes in the ring and was like fucking acting like he was making mashed potatoes.
Man, when he powerbombed
potatoes.
Punk through that table, though, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that was some Shield shit back there. I was like, damn, he must really pissed him off right there. But the crowd loves it, dude. The crowd's like that. They love the whole Powerbomb Symphony thing, and Jim Ross gets off on it, dude. He's like Sean Spears hitting someone with a chair. Like I think he has like a.
By God.
He just, oh my god, you did it! Oh my god, you did it again!
Oh,
Jim Ross, calm
yeah.
down, bro.
Yeah, I think it's the way that when he lands that first one and then he rolls into the second one, it
Yeah.
looks good every time he does it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's also due to the guy taking the powerbomb too. Let's not discredit that guy. But after the match, Sean Spears attacks the Blade, like just randomly. Like
That's what
What
he
he
does
does,
every time. He has to
Yeah,
hit
he
the
did
guy
it
with the chair.
with everyone with the chair. He wasn't get that orgasm in ready.
Yeah.
and this week it wasn't the Burberry chair, so it was like a random chair.
Just regular ass chair.
But and then we had a video package with Pinto Zero Miedo.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
Lucha
he
Underground
basically brought
style.
the Lucha Underground mask back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know
care
if he had
about
a
that
golden
whole thing.
shovel?
Yeah, golden
he did have a
shovel.
Golden shovel. I didn't care about this package.
Man,
at
I
all.
miss Lucha Underground. I miss that show.
I think it's great because I want to see Penta do more singles matches.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you were mentioning that earlier.
So
I loved when
I'm
Penta was
excited.
single. When Penta was with Lucha Underground, he was doing the gimmick.
Lucha
I loved it.
Underground pendant was awesome.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't have
well.
a choice now.
So here's the thing that we all been waiting for. Everyone's been waiting all night for this.
Oh man.
The breakup of the Inner Circle.
man,
Oh
I was-
no.
I was here for it because
I loved everything about it.
Yeah, me too.
on your
Sammy
space
looked
they were
like he
like,
wanted to cry though.
they were like, "Oh, look, it's Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Jake Hager. Where's Santana? Oh, here they come to their own
Their
fucking
own
music."
To their own music.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved.
So, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just loved Santana giving him, just telling him everything. Like, nope, you can't talk yet. I'm not done.
No.
I'm not
Oh,
done.
yeah.
And then
Blow
at the
your
end he
mind.
was like, "Am I wrong?" And I was just like, "No, you're not wrong about any of this."
Mm-mm.
Hey, but I gotta say though, shout out to my boys Homicide Hernandez. So for
Oh yeah, when
for
he
the shout out
mentioned
tonight
that.
because
Ooh,
he
shade.
was like, "Yo, Jake, you got Homicide
Shade.
Hernandez number?" I was like, "Damn." Yeah, Jericho threw some shade, but Jericho looked like
Yeah,
a fucking idiot
shade.
tonight. Jericho was like, I was like, the way Jericho was acting was like, "I'm about to kick you guys out of the inner circle." Realistically, the motherfuckers were leaving.
You sure I heard
Yeah.
the right LAX members?
Look, you guys, I'm out.
Yeah.
Hey man, Sammy talking about, man, I love you guys. Get your shit together.
Shut up, Sammy.
Sammy don't need them.
No.
Sammy got his own shit going on. I thought honestly they were gonna do LWO 2.0 myself, but you know,
Yeah.
Please, God no.
I was just waiting for them to grab Sammy and go, "Look, you don't need these gringos. Get out of here!" Like,
Right.
get
Yeah.
these two dudes out of here, man. Jericho is dragging you down. When is the last time Hager did anything interesting?
Bro, has Hager hasn't been on
Nothing.
TV in months.
Yeah.
yeah, he's been standing around.
I mean, I've
He's
seen him on Sammy's blog a couple times, but I haven't seen him like have a match since that stupid Inner Circle versus the America Top Team.
Yeah, man. And which reminds me, boy, that Jericho line when he goes, "You remind me of my friend Eddie Guerrero." I was like,
Oh my God, yes.
why? Because he's Latino? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
horrible
Seriously.
line.
Hey man, but Santana was dropping facts.
Mhm.
Straight facts. Straight facts.
So much of the
Whole time he was talking. And that's been one of my biggest gripes about every time Jericho would come out and have his little feuds, or better yet, we talked about it in the podcast, when there's a feud and Jericho be taking a sweet ass time getting to the ring, fucking walking down.
I mean,
like,
look.
what, the ass whipping be over, and he's like, "Oh
I'm
wait,
just saying-
guys, here I come."
I'm just saying,
Like, what the hell you did?
if Phil, if you and Julian were getting your ass kicked by Shane, I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, yo, do me a favor, man. Cue up my music real quick."
Cue my music
Yeah,
first.
yeah. What? Get it past the first minute. Yeah. Okay, right now, and then
Yeah.
walk down to the ring while my people are getting their ass
Yeah.
kicked. Like, oh, I'm a
Whoa.
real team player.
Yeah. I'm just not interested in any of the Jericho gimmick right
I've been
now.
over it for like the last year.
I
Man. I've
just
been over it.
him coming out and they have to put the camera in people's faces while they sing Jericho.
Yeah.
I just think it's extremely corny at this point. And man, when Santana said that, he was like, "Man, this is corny." I was like, "Exactly, it is. All of it is corny."
He did. He said, "Man, this shit is corny." Yeah, man.
Real.
So Sammy took his jacket off, left. Honestly, bro,
He said he quit his group
no
before.
one really cared about this whole this was like 5 minutes of wasted time. In my opinion. That's just me. 5 minutes of wasted time.
So,
Because they just set up
Okay,
a match
so-
between Santana Ortiz
in-
and Jericho and Hager. That's it.
in terms of storytelling, it wasn't wasting time because they're continuing the story. There is a
Oh,
story.
no.
here.
Don't get me wrong. The story was fine. It's
Yeah.
just listening to Jericho
Yes.
drone on about shit for like 5 minutes that
Yeah.
really had no
It could have
significance.
been a
to the fact.
backstage segment.
That's what I mean. This could have been
Yeah.
a tape segment, where Jericho
correct.
had to read some shit instead of kind of like trying to free flow. And one thing we all know, like, I mean, you guys are watching this show, you don't know this, but a lot of people in the industry that work with AEW, they all tell you the same thing, bro. We just walk up in there. They say, "Hey, do this, do this, do this, do this." Like, they don't give you a script and tell you this. They say, just in these parameters, go.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just like the other day, I was watching Wrestle Talk. I was watching Luke Owen do an interview. Luke Owen and Janice Salcedo did an interview with Ollie Davis with Eddie Kingston. And for the 15 minutes they were supposed to have, it went like 45 minutes. it was a real good interview. And Kingston was just very candid about shit. Like he was like, "Yo, man," they were asking questions about him and CM Punk. He's like, "I don't fucking like him."
Wow.
He was like, they were like, "So did you guys shake hands?" Because no, I don't fucking like him. Like, you want to know the truth? I don't fucking like him. Like,
Yeah,
I
straight
tell
up
people in the
word.
locker room this is how he is. He tells people just how I am. We see each other in the locker room. It ain't, yo, how you doing? But it's like, fuck you, and he walks away. Like, really? If you're a professional wrestler, anyone in this industry, you know there are guys that you don't fucking like. I was at a show last weekend. There was a guy that I physically knocked the fuck out in a match. Like, I just gave him a 2-piece, bing bing, knocked him out.
Wow.
He came up to me, was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He gave me a hug, and I was like, what?
Huh?
This was like 7-8 years ago. And this motherfucker walks up to me like, "Hey man, what's up, man? How you doing?" I'm like, "What?" And I turned back around like I was doing my thing. But when I work a match with him, I get in the ring and I do business because that's what it is. I don't have to like you personally. I don't have to like you professionally to have a good match with you. You know,
Hey man, we saw Rollins do business with Riddle this week. He didn't like that guy.
Dude. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, in the grand scheme of things, you can really tell there's heat between Santana, Ortiz, and Jericho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
I don't think it's a work, bro. Like, this is just me being like I said, inside
It
the
felt
industry.
pretty real.
It
felt
not
pretty
only did
real.
it feel real, but like you knew when Eddie Kingston and CM Punk were going back and forth with each other that there was some real shit there. Like you can just see there was some real shit there.
And Jericho
When-
was like, "What are you
When
talking
Santana
about?"
was talking to Jericho, bro, there was some legit like sparks. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was I can check my sources. I can text Santana my damn self and ask him. But the point I'm getting at is it looks so like there was so much heat there.
Yeah, but
You see what I'm saying?
I do think that he was right. When you consider how Santana and Ortiz came to the company and the pop that they got when they came in, and just how far they've gone down the pecking order, the longer they've been there, they had a point. The good thing about doing it in front of a crowd, I felt like this was definitely them turning face, which they basically already faces, but they basically were like, "You people," and once they start, pointing to the people and doing that, like, yeah, it's a face turn.
Big face turn. And I agree, like the way they came in hot, man. Like they were like, everyone was like, LAX is, oh my God, LAX. They were hot. Just like Private
Everyone
Party.
was really cheering for Friday the Powerful.
Like Private Party came in. Private Party, they came in. They went over the fucking Bucks, eliminated them from the tag team title tournament. They had
they did.
all
That's
this
surprising
heat.
me.
Like they were, House of Glory, man. I'll just say right now, they turn out some fucking great wrestlers, all right? Ryan XL and Amazing Red turn out some amazing wrestlers. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. They're fucking great at what they do. But these guys came in, and then you got guys like Matt Hardy. You got guys like Jericho. Guys that have been in the business for a long time that already have an established name, trying to keep their fucking name above board by pushing other people down. So I think, like me personally, I feel like there's some heat between Santana and Ortiz and Jericho, and they just worked into a storyline. That's the best storylines I've ever been involved with have been the ones that have been like legit. So speaking of that, we go to Tony Schiavone backstage with Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero.
Tony Schiavone.
Julian's favorite team.
Man.
Roppongi.
Vice, and
Roppongi Vice.
and the Bucks come out obviously, and we're having a match on fucking Friday, like blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
But then you see this leather jacket. First pop of the night, first big
Dead by
surprise of the night.
Daylight logo.
New Japan Pro Wrestling's Jay White. I'm not gonna say Impact Wrestling. I'm gonna say New Japan Pro Wrestling, Bullet Club, Jay White. So Adam Cole was like welcoming him in. So we talked about this a while ago about gang warfare.
Mm-hmm.
I sincerely think that we're gonna have Adam Cole and Red Dragon, who were on the show tonight, by the way. Adam Cole and Red Dragon versus Kenny Omega and the Bucks. And if everything works out the way I really hope it does,
Tomatonga.
the GOD
Girl of the Destiny and Jay White.
and Jay White. What do you
Oh,
think?
triple threat, 6-man.
Is this
King
revenge
Warfare.
for kicking
Because
Adam
remember-
Cole out of the Bullet Club?
Remember, they're talking about these trios titles a lot,
Correct.
You got a lot of trios to do it.
and they're building trios left and right. And then you got one of the hottest groups in wrestling right now, Red Dragon and Adam Cole, and then you got the Bucks and Omega, who were the never openweight 6-man champions in New Japan. So, and I believe they were the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions at one time too. So
Yeah, I think
You
so.
have the unrequited era, undefeated era, unexploited era. What do they call themselves?
Yeah,
Unexpected era.
I wasn't sure what to make of this. I almost felt like this is the second time I've noticed it, but it feels like Cole is basically saying he remembers what happened, but he's not telling them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. Jay White wouldn't have any beef with Adam Cole. He didn't kick him
No.
out of Bullet Club. The Elite did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of a enemy of my enemy is my friend thing.
exactly.
Right.
I don't know if that means we're going to get more Bullet Club in the future or if that even means we're going to get more Jay White, but I have to assume him showing up just for that brief appearance couldn't be just a one-off.
Well, also think about it this way too. The fact that they said Bullet Club. They didn't say the Elite. They didn't say
No,
the
they
club. They legitimately just straight up said Bullet Club. So we know New Japan owns the rights to the Bullet Club name. That's why Bullet Club doesn't travel outside of anything else. But the fact that they're like the Bullet Club, and they specifically said it in a way that was like, hey man, we're the Elite. But when we said we were for life, we made an oath. We were for life. We said we're a Bullet Club. That right there to me says that the whole Forbidden Door thing that Tony Khan was posting about on Twitter, about some working with some companies that are okay and some companies that are not, and someone's going to come in and close the door on one company. I think that was the whole Keith Lee coming in and closing the WWE door for good. But I think the one he said was, we're working with companies that we were working with companies that want to work with us. I think that's New Japan. And that was a good thing because that's one of the reasons why Bryan Danielson signed with AEW was for the fact that he wanted to go and work in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's getting his opportunity. And now that Jay White's been here for a long time, like he's been in Impact Wrestling for a long fucking time doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like him and Chris Bay, they haven't done
Nothing.
shit.
No.
They should have been the tag team champions right now. They should have been feuding with Gallows and Anderson over the tag belts, and should have won the belts. I mean, they were feuding with Finley and Juice Robinson, who was gone from New Japan, by the way. So I mean,
Juice?
there's so much good shit happening right now in professional wrestling, and AEW is like the catalyst of all of it. You think about it, like AEW will work with anybody. They work with AAA, the Joshis. They gotta work with New Japan Pro. They're working with PWG, bringing in all this talent. GCW, like, dude, they are the mecca of cooperation, in my opinion. What do you think, Julian?
Just as long as they stop yelling, BTE Trigger!
Yeah, I think that's stupid too.
I mean, it's supposed to be stupid and corny. Everything the Bucks do is supposed to be obnoxious and corny.
Yeah.
And that's
And
my
it
point.
drives the fans does, and they know it does. They know
Yeah.
what drives the fans crazy.
So my thing is, I mean, with AEW working with everybody, I mean, we've got X number of hours of TV every week. You have homegrown talent that you have to put over. You have newly signed talent that has to get put over. You kind of run to the danger of, okay, who gets put over this week? So it becomes a juggling act. I think at the end of the day, people, I don't know anybody who watches every AEW show, and they might just read like the recap highlights or watch it on YouTube later, like a recap show or something like that. But if you're really trying to get the maximum amount of eyes on your talent, you're going to put them on Dynamite, you're going to put them on Rampage. So they just kind of have to be, I'm not going to say conservative, but they just have to be wise with who they're putting on TV, who they give the matches to, who they give the spots to, and make sure that they give the time to their homegrown talent and to up-and-comers and the people who are going to make them shine, just the whole process. Which, like I said, they've been doing a good job of that. All their titles are being held by homegrown talent. The big names that they signed are being used to make big matches and bring eyes to the shows, which is fantastic. I mean, just keep on doing that. And as far as the as far as the Bullet Club, Jay White stuff goes, for the fans who are unfamiliar and who, it's kind of a shame. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese wrestling and New Japan wrestling, which is fantastic.
Access TV.
On the way too late.
New Japan TV. I mean, for cheap, $9 a month, you can subscribe. You can watch Best of the Super Juniors. You can watch, all the cups. You can watch all the Tokyo Dome shows, all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's English versions that you can watch or you can download. There's a lot of good wrestling over there. But the whole reason why they have a U.S. championship is so that they can put it on a white dude or an American or someone who's non-Japanese, so that they can bring in, American crowds and be like, oh, Bullet Club, and bring those eyes over there and not have it necessarily be the IWGP champion. And Okada's matches are still fantastic. They were fantastic. Kenta's matches are fantastic. Naito's matches are fantastic.
Yes.
But some people are just naturally going to be turned off because of, number one, the culture barrier with regards to language when watching the shows. But number two, they're going to be like, why are these people sitting around being quiet during the whole match? The match must suck. That's not the case. That's just the culture.
I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as someone who's wrestled in Japan, it's really surreal to wrestle in front of like 30,000 people and then they clap. That no one's like yay cheering you or booing, they're clapping, and you're like I literally was like, dude, are we doing something wrong? Because like wrestling in New Japan Dojo was different because like we had like people would clap and people would, cheer. Going to Japan was a whole different. It was like a whole different beast. You guys watch WrestleMania. You guys watch AEW's Revolution, all this other shit. Like, you like watch all these pay-per-view shows in the United States, even in England and Germany and shit like that. You watch them and the crowd goes crazy. In Japan, you do a big spot,
they clap.
Polite clap.
And
go clap.
And I've noticed that too. They also stay very silent, not to be disrespectful, but just because they're watching the show and everything.
Because it's
out of respect.
Yeah. Out of respect, and it's a. Like I said, it's a whole different beast. So Americans don't really get Japanese wrestling unless you're like you're really a diehard professional wrestler and you're a professional wrestling fan and you know everything about it. Tatsumi Fujinami, and Giant Baba, and Antonio Inoki. Antonio Inoki wrestled Muhammad Ali, and shit like that. Like that was when Japanese wrestling was trying to become mainstream. When when Masahiro Chono was part of the NWO, when the Great Muta was wrestling Sting for the WCW World Television title, or something, the NWA World Television title.
That was some shit.
Things like that. When Tenryu was the AWA World Champion, wrestled Ric Flair in a champion versus champion match. Stuff like that. That's when they were bringing Japanese wrestling to the United States to make it more mainstream. Guys like Vader made, guys like Stan Hansen. The Murderhawk Monster. He goes over there. Him and was it him and Finley?
Yeah, Finley.
Yeah,
they were part of Suzuki-kun.
Yeah, exactly. So you're bringing all the Killer Elite Squad with Davey Boy Smith Jr. Shit like that. Like,
man,
those were Americans that went over there, and not just Americans, but
Shelton Benjamin was also a member of Suzuki.
Yeah,
yes. You know what I'm saying? So that's American wrestling is a complete different beast than Japanese wrestling, and some of the stuff that you see, like, I'm just saying, it's man.
And so
excited. I'm just excited. Okay, I'm just excited.
And I'm with you on that.
Wrestling excited.
If you decide to sit down and watch watching Wrestle Kingdom, and in between they have some giant anime pop culture cartoonish characters come out, and you're like, man, what the fuck is going on? I want y'all to
The first time
realize,
I saw that, even I was like, what?
yeah, I want y'all to realize that your boys came out on stage out of a giant box of Booty-O's dressed as Dragon Ball Z.
Right?
That's right.
At
That's right.
WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania. That's right.
At
And they weren't
WrestleMania.
even wrestling.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it's come see, come saw. I mean, same thing. So
That's why I was so confused that people were so upset about that Ghostbuster thing. And of course, we'll get back to Adam Cole thing later. But
Yeah.
I didn't understand why people were so upset about that Ghostbuster thing. Like they did
It was
tons
a
of that stuff in
Halloween
Japan.
episode. It
So
was a Halloween episode.
yeah,
it just, I don't know, it didn't bother me. But yeah, I mean, if this leads to more like special attraction matches like they had with Suzuki or, you know, when Kojima came over and had the match, great. I don't think it's going to be one of those partnerships where, you know, they're going to take a lot of TV time away. But again, if it's just special attraction matches, I think that's great.
but if
I
we
like
can
that.
get the God, hey,
Man,
Gorillas of Destiny. Oh
I'll
man.
tell you right now, Twitter feuds are the shit, and the gorillas are in the United States right now. I'll just tell you that right now.
yeah,
Tom is out there in Atlanta, Georgia. So let's talk about the Face of the Revolution qualifying match: Isaiah Cassidy versus your boy Keith Lee. Look, so many great things happened in this match.
it wasn't
Oh,
the Bearcat.
man.
was it?
But the greatest thing of all time for me was when he grabbed Isaiah Cassidy and he fucking tossed him across the ring, and Isaiah did that.
Yeah,
Hair.
To be honest,
was-
I'll be screaming like that too.
I said it last week when they announced that Isaiah Cassidy was going to face a mystery partner. I said, I hope it's Keith Lee, and I hope he tosses him like a salad at Olive Garden.
And he
Sure
did.
as fuck did.
Throw him out like Jazz.
Man, it was awesome, man. Look, the crowd, bro. The fact that the crowd was singing "Bask in His Glory."
Oh,
Yeah.
basket.
You know how long it's been since
Love it.
I've waited for that song to come back.
I missed it. I missed that chant.
It was a lot of people thought it was going to be Jeff Hardy.
Oh man,
People are stupid when it came to
Jeff-
that.
Jeff Hardy would have made a lot of sense actually because of the storyline that they're doing with Private Party.
Mhm.
And I tweeted this before the show, but that indie show when Matt came out and he did the
I saw
Hardy
that.
Boys entrance,
I
and
saw
Yeah.
Mark came out. I would have loved it
He's
if
here.
I
He's
would have
here.
loved it if they did that again. Hit Jeff Hardy's music and Mark Quinn just comes out and starts dancing. That would have been perfect.
Oh man.
But I mean, we got another Jeff Hardy tease during this match because Matt, if you noticed, he left the match exactly like Jeff left that house show
Yep.
match.
yeah.
And they said the pretty erratic behavior line
I
and
know.
everything.
Yep, Shivani calls it. That's erratic behavior from Matt. Yep.
Ironic behavior.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
I mean, at this point, we all know Jeff's coming. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Jeff's contract,
Obsolete.
even though he's out of his contract, he still has that whole, non-compete thing.
Not- Yeah.
So it's over the day after the day after Revolution. His contract is over.
90 days?
So
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
So-
I could see people thinking that maybe Tony would have paid, just paid his lawyer costs to fight this non-compete clause. And I mean, when you think ladder match, you think Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it made sense, but I don't think it made sense. Just wait out the non-compete. He'll be
Yeah.
able to compete in a few.
you don't want him to start being called ATM Tony.
Yeah, you don't want to jump into that kind of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, it's due. I mean, he basically paid for Thunder Rosa to get out of her contract. So,
yeah.
But I
Thunder
mean,
Rosa talked
trying
about
to-
that.
going to court and fighting a non-compete is a little bit different. And, it's not like those things are ironclad. You could fight it, but it just isn't worth it at this point.
Correct.
Exactly. So Keith Lee obviously won the match, got put into the qualify for the Face of the Revolution ladder match. The winner is going to get to face the TNT champion Sammy Guevara at the Dynamite after Revolution, I believe.
Okay.
So they're gearing up for some big shit. But Private Party attacks Keith Lee at the end, and he just once again tosses him like a salad at Olive Garden.
Power round.
But then we get a video package for Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez. And then the one thing that I really I don't like it. Like, I don't like Sammy Guevara. I have like a personal reason why I don't like Sammy Guevara. And if you know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then ask Homicide. But there's a reason why I don't like Sammy Guevara. I'll tell you guys off the air. As a person, I think he's a piece of shit.
Is it because his girlfriend's hot?
I don't give a shit about his girl. Oh, I mean, shit. It ain't about Ty Conti, I'll tell you that. But it's a respect thing for guys in the industry.
Okay.
When he started in Texas, he had little to no respect. Anyway, so the whole disrespect with the picture-in-picture thing really just fucking irks me.
Yeah.
Like, and I like seriously, they were like, and next up, Sammy Guevara, and I was like, picture-in-picture. Boop, there it is.
Picture-in-picture. Walked up, bam, picture-in-picture.
Like, why do they do that only for Sammy when we want to read the cards?
Yeah. The only time that the card thing used to be funny when they did it sometimes, and I think that week when he came out and did the cards, and who was it that jumped him? Was it Miro?
Wayne's World.
Yes.
Miro came out and jumped him, and you could see Ricky on the side on commentary just having a blast with it, going, yes! I thought that was amazing. That was hilarious. But no, I don't need to see that. I don't really need to see as much picture-in-picture now that they're not competing with another show either. I don't understand why they still do that.
Correct.
But it is what it is. Then you get the FTR versus CM Punk and Moxley. If CM Punk and Moxley wins, CM Punk gets a rematch with MJF. I'm assuming that's going to be a Revolution. That would be where I would put it as one of the marquee matches here. But for the most part, it was a decent tag team match.
It was really good.
I thought it was a very good tag team match. I thought they did a lot of the greatest hits of tag team wrestling. They did Doomsday Device. They did Tease of a Powerplex. I thought it was great.
Oh my God. And they did the Midnight Express, the Bobby Eaton Stan Lane leg drop spot. Oh my God. Yeah, that was awesome. But in the end, Moxley gets, Moxley and CM Punk get the win.
And he did the Doomsday Device too.
Dude, what was really great though was Moxley hit the paradigm shift. And Punk hits the GTS at the exact same time. They teased it earlier on, then they did it at the end. So they actually look like a cohesive tag team, which is once again,
not easy word.
CM Punk, John Moxley.
But can they coexist?
Can they coexist?
Hey, hold on, stop. This is Wednesday night. On Wednesday night, that is not a dirty C word. Okay, we can say the word coexist because guess what? They can.
Can they coexist?
But on Monday, and on Friday, on certain shows that end with the E, that word is a dirty word. Like, it's so dirty. It's dirty.
It's very dirty.
I was surprised at Tully coming in and hitting Punk with his jacket over and over, and I was like, "Where's this going?" And he actually took the bump.
Wait. Well, he took the GT. He took the go to sleep better than Charlotte took the fucking.
Oh my God! Yes, that is sad but true.
And he's like 65, 70 years old taking bumps better than Charlotte.
Man, I've seen her take the Twist of Fate twice now. And
that was terrible.
Just sell the move. Like, Becky did it this week. I was like, all you have to do is just sell the move.
Becky sold it better. Charlotte had a high heel on.
She's like, I ain't selling shit.
Yeah. It was awesome. I was like, dude, Telly taking bumps like a G.
Wayne Rose said it could have been an RKO.
Yeah. Okay, so and look, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break because I want to make sure Phil's comfortable with this next segment because I watched Grapsody the other day and me and Julian
we're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about this.
We're gonna talk about it.
I've been waiting all week to get Phil on the show so I can talk about this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Drive me insane! I'll be cruised on lanes, I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! I'll be cruised on lanes, I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! I'll be
want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So usually I reserve this for when I do the closing segment here, but I'm gonna go ahead and set the mood real quick.
Yeah.
What is this?
So Phil, live on Grapsody last Saturday, special interview time.
Yeah.
The TBS Women's Champion,
Jade
the lovely Jade Cargill, on the podcast. And all you motherfuckers couldn't stop talking about how good she was.
It wasn't me. This was not me. Don't throw it on me.
Hey,
It was
hold up.
red.
Hey, Phil, I gotta say one thing.
Phil.
All y'all showed up with your best haircuts on.
Yes.
Everybody just had the razor, just like, let me get that fresh edge up in there. Had the filter, just, hey, Cargill, how you doing?
Nah, not me, bro. Not me. Look, first of all, I flew out that night. Like, first of all, like, listen, we're all black men in this chat. Well, sort of, sort of. You know, we're all brothers. Three of us are brothers in this chat. You don't go and hop on a plane and go somewhere and don't get a haircut, right? So, you know, I flew out to St. Louis that weekend, and so, you know, and usually I come on here. So, I was like, no, I'm not getting on a plane and not, you know, lining up and everything and making sure I'm right. You just don't do that. And so, you know, just happened to be happy coincidence that we had Jade on the podcast that week. But no, if anything that I said, I was like, yo, she came on with the belt, had the championship shirt on. I was like, yo, it felt like, you know, the confetti was still heavy, man. It felt like she still had a little bit of confetti from the championship win. I was like, yo, all right. I like it.
Look, man, I loved it. I was like, I cannot wait to get them on the show. I'm gonna fuck with them so bad.
She was engaged. She was happy to be there.
It was a good interview.
And she gave y'all some good time too. That was really good. I was happy.
Yeah, gave us the Danielson scoop. That she trained with Danielson. Yeah, I thought she was a great guest.
And you said something on Twitter earlier, and I'm very guilty of it. So I'm going to admit that I was very guilty of it. As a man who's in this industry and in the actual business, I did see her green as goose shit. But she has shown so much improvement over the course of the last, I'm going to say this, the last 6 matches, she's shown so much improvement.
Yeah.
Being in there with Ruby Soho, being there with Thunder Rosa, you know, being there with Anna, because her and Anna Jay, dude, for two people that have been in the business more than 2 years, they had no right having such a good fucking match.
Yeah, I told people at the start of the tournament, this tournament is a vehicle to get Jade over. She's gonna win this tournament. She's gonna be champion. And there were so many people like, oh no, it's gonna be Rosa. I was like, nope. This is Jade's tournament to win. I saw it coming in. And so, man, the thing that I liked when she came on is that she was fully in talking her shit. I was like, no, get all of it off. Get in your bag.
It was already her tournament to win.
Correct.
Yeah, get in your bag. I loved it. But no, she looked great tonight.
Yes, she did.
She pulled out a few moves we haven't seen her do that flex move where she did the back body drop. That was awesome. It looked like she did like a tour of the islands at one point. I was like,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
And another thing that she did that a lot of people should be excited about was she fucking chain wrestled.
Yeah.
And it looked like AQA is great, by the way. I was glad that this wasn't a squash and she got time to actually show what she could
got
do.
in a good amount of time.
That springboard dropkick was awesome. And she did that.
It was pretty good.
Man, we got to see, what you go to see at AQA matches, and that's the shooting star press. And at some points, it looked like she was winning the crowd over.
She was getting over.
Yeah. But I thought that Jade managed to play off of her athleticism really well. I thought all of her power spots looked good. It looked like she was calling some of the matches. I was surprised by that. I was really surprised how good she looked.
That was one of the things that I saw that I didn't like. And I'm going to say I didn't like it because she has long hair. If you're in this industry and you're calling your match in the ring, you use that long hair to your advantage so the fans don't see you calling spots. But I can plainly see her calling spots in the match. And that's the only thing. And I'm going to say it, that's a rookie mistake. She'll get better. But quite honestly, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, ladies and gentlemen, on the podcast, and y'all know me. I'm a man of my word. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. I'm wrong. She's improving 110%. I mean, she's still better than any NXT matches, but I'm just saying. I enjoy watching her over watching an hour of NXT or 2 hours, 3 hours of Raw. I'll tell you that.
She looked good, man. I think they've got a good thing going. I like that they keep putting that graphic up there. So the person that does beat her, when that one goes up there.
One goes up.
Speaking of that,
we need that
Jade Cargill
Undertaker guy.
I'm going to start calling Jade Cargill on Twitter. She thinks that she's a superior black athlete. That's cool. What she got? What is she? What is she? 26 and 0?
Yeah.
27.
Oh, your boy, the OIW North American champion. Why am I 28-0? Yeah, I said it.
Oh.
I said it. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on Twitter.
And how many matches have you had so far? Road to 5,000.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that.
I loved her introducing all of the green into her look as well. Last week, I think that was last week when she did the segment, and she dropped the, I know all of you guys are turning the channel and you guys stopped to drool over my fine ass, and she had like the green backdrop and had green eyeshadow and green nail polish. I was like, that's smart, man. It's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's I'm like I said, man. I'll admit I was wrong. She's doing the most, and I'm gonna say
she's improving. Definitely.
I'm giving all the credit to Phil Lindsey and his tenacity and his if you're ever on Twitter and you go into one of Phil's spaces, dude, like that's the most informative fucking group of people on Twitter. Like, it's not like usual Twitter. I mean, that's where like it was reintroduced to me that you can't be a single man going to WrestleMania week. That was on that space. And that's why I posted that. That's why I sent you guys the super chat about WrestleMania week, and it ain't for single people because it is not. That's a different story for another day. I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
I've heard stories. I've never been to WrestleMania, so I've never seen.
Are you serious?
No, never been.
You get a girlfriend, Phil?
Really?
No, I don't. I might go to Dallas, so we'll see.
You need to go to Dallas then.
You got a girlfriend? No, you need to go to Dallas. No.
And you know why? I'm not gonna put it on the podcast. It's not 9:00 yet, so I can't talk like that. But,
man, what's happening? This shit.
But yeah, trust me, you need to go to Dallas, bro.
By next year, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. It's LA next year.
And Roscoe's gonna be packed.
That's a mania I'm planning. Hey, that's a mania I'm planning on going. I've never been to a
Shane,
live
you can't
mania.
go. You can't go to Mania with us.
I'm not. I never been to a mania live.
Oh, man.
Never
Shane,
have.
Shane might be our gimmick.
Shane might be our gimmick.
It's hilarious.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, I've never been to a mania live, and it's my bucket list to go to a live mania.
So we got the winner and still champion, Jade Cargill. The Bucks and Cole were backstage. You know, that's the whole story we talked about earlier with Jay White. But I'm so excited about this new gimmick.
The Rodney Mack, the Serena Deeb 5-minute white girl challenge.
The 5-minute rookie challenge. Serena Deeb, she killed Katie Arquette in like a minute and 30 seconds. But Serena Deeb, the woman of 1,002 holes now, or 1,003 because she just came up with a new hole tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
She is bringing back Rodney Mack's. What was it? What was it called?
5-minute
5-minute white boy challenge.
Yeah.
Serena
Well,
Deeb
fuck
bringing it
yeah,
back
great.
Black History Month. So yeah, it was a good little match. I mean, I personally enjoy her character. I've loved Serena Deeb since day one. Like that chick,
She has a new
Ladies and gentlemen,
Titantron and Metatron and all that stuff.
she really is a woman. She really is a professional wrestling like prototype. Her and my girl Jamie Hayter, they need to team up.
Oh.
Man,
So,
Principal hate.
yeah. So Serena Deeb beat her in 1 minute, but it was more like 40 seconds because she took 20 seconds to fuck around looking at the clock and posing and
The
shit.
fact she was going,
Yeah.
that was funny. That was hilarious. So yeah, I mean, honestly, man, Serena Deeb can't get she can't have a bad match.
Yeah.
Like she's one of those women that can get in the ring with you and just work and have such a like she can, the whole taking chicken shit, making chicken salad. Well, she'll take chicken shit and make that shit chicken cordon bleu. Like that's what I'm saying. She's that good. She's that good.
And just to think, she was one of CM Punk's straight edge society.
Straight edge
shows,
society.
shaving her head bald.
She looked good with a
Coaching.
bald head.
And she sure did. Hey, you ever? Oh, never mind.
Oh no. Let's go. Go with it, brother. Go with it.
Oh, it's only 8:58.
Do you want to go to a commercial break so you can come back and you get your
Yeah,
point?
2-minute commercial break.
It just has to do with the texture of a woman's bald head, but never mind.
Oh my
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
Oh,
already
I
go for
digress.
real. It's 8:58. We can't wait 2 minutes. Look, then we get a video package for the Gun Club and the Jurassic Express.
The ass
Quite
boy.
honestly, the Ass Boys. Yeah. Danhausen's favorite tag team, the Ass Boys.
Ass boys.
Can I just say that I'm not excited for this shit at all?
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a run-of-the-mill tag feud for now for Jurassic Express for them to move on and somebody else will challenge them. Yeah, I don't know. I did think it was really funny last week when they did that whole segment outside and they threw Jungle Boy in the snow and ran
Jungle Boy
away.
in the snow.
I just thought that was really funny.
Oranges.
I don't know. I mean, I like the fact that Danhausen loves to fuck with him. Like
Yeah.
that's Danhausen made the Gun Club famous. I'm just gonna say it. The fucking if you go to ProWrestlingTees.com right now, you'll find an Ass Boys T-shirt.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, and to people that were confused about signing Danhausen, that's why they signed Danhausen. The guy put those guys over without being on the show.
And it's funny.
Yeah,
They signed. Sorry to interrupt, but they signed 2 non-WWE guys. But when they signed an ex-WWE guy, people on Twitter started to complain.
Oh,
Yeah.
Twitter's a fucking meltdown.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Twitter's a horrible place, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you.
it kind of is.
People
Sometimes Twitter is
flip-flop in their
toxic as
favor.
fuck. Like,
Oh yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. When Danhausen talked about signing with A&W,
yeah,
W.
that shit was funny as hell when he shows up on AEW and then he talks about I've been with A&W for weeks and ain't got no root beer.
you know what? Let me tell you, Danhausen is so over.
I was like, this dude, that was like this motherfucker
Very
smart.
evil.
This is funny as hell.
Danhausen got signed to Ring of Honor without even wrestling. They signed Danhausen
Yeah.
to Ring of Honor because he's so funny. His gimmick is so over.
Yeah.
Like, he literally was talking.
Curse.
He was talking to Renee Paquette on her oral sessions one time, and he literally was like about to quit. Like he was like, "Fuck wrestling," you know.
Really?
He was also talking to Chris Van Vliet, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I literally was like one step away from not wrestling anymore. I believe he did a match. And he got drop kicked in the throat.
Oh,
Or he got chopped in the throat.
Ow.
And if you've been in the ring, trust me, that's some fucked up shit that happens when you get drop kicked in the throat. Then he was like, yo, like he was a nurse. And and then he started gaining traction with the Danhausen character right when the pandemic started.
huh.
And his Patreon and like all the videos of him and his buddies, because he used to work in a movie theater back in the day, and he met these two dudes, and they became real good friends over like horror stuff and comic books and shit like that. And then he just came up with the character one time, and his videos were the reason why people were like, dude, I saw your video and it was awesome that I found you're coming to be on the show, and I just had to come to the show just to see you. Not because he was coming to wrestle, but because his internet content was so over.
Yeah.
And the fact that he can work too, because when he was, I think he did some dark matches under his name, Donovan Danhausen, and fans weren't like digging it. Like he was just generic white dude, number one. These are his words: generic white guy, number one, with tattoos. That's it. And he had long hair. Yeah, and then he's like, he put the makeup on, and he put the makeup on. He was like, yeah, it's a Halloween thing. Like promoters were booking him around Halloween time. And he's like, no, this is like all the time. I want to do this all the time. And then people just loved it. And the guy is so funny and so artistic. Like he can sell ice to an Eskimo in an igloo in the middle of a snowstorm in Alaska. That's how good he is. So shout out to Danhausen for getting over the ass boys.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Ass Boy video he made? Even funnier.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Ass Boy music video. Funny.
Ass boy.
So then we get to the match that that my counterpart, Mr. Chemical Julian, is a little upset with. And Shane is a little upset with. And I need to explain to you guys.
No casket.
Look, Lance Archer's not a liar.
Nobody died.
Okay? He's not like Goldberg.
No
He's not
casket.
Nobody died.
Lance Archer's he's not a liar. And I'm gonna tell you why he's not a liar. This was a Texas death match.
Okay.
But we were in Atlantic City. So
That's understanding.
so no one had to die because it wasn't in Texas.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. And not like Goldberg over in fucking Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna kill Bobby Lashley.
You're my next victim. Doing it for my son.
Bobby Lashley's gonna beat your kids. What are you gonna do?
I listen. I still think that is one of the worst builds WWE has done recently.
Just to bring back to her business to get destroyed by Goldberg. Get out of here with that.
Your son got in the ring and he got choked out because he had no business in the ring.
Right.
Next time, stay out of grown folks' business.
And like Gage the whole build up during that match, he's like, Dad, why am I here? I don't care.
They had a grown
And
folks
so
business.
that's part a Phil, and that was part of the problem. Because Lashley was supposed to be a heel. Goldberg's son gets in the ring, gets choked out. Now he's a face.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, he didn't do anything wrong. Look, if somebody just gets in the ring and attacks you from behind, what are you supposed to do?
Exactly.
Choke him out.
I'm gonna whoop that ass.
Wait, choke him out
Whoop that ass.
with his legs dangling between his legs. I was like,
Yeah, and he was right. The whole thing was he didn't know that it was his son when it happened. But look, if you're gonna hop in the ring, you got to take what comes with it in the ring.
right.
And then he was like, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. Stop
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, these are Phil's, Julian's, and Shane's comments and comments alone that do not reflect those of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast or biasm.net.
Hey man,
Hey,
don't get in the ring.
If you ever watched the Great Ones reviews, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Listen, if you take your kid to work and you work at a factory, and your kid runs out on the assembly line and puts his hand on the assembly line and gets his hand smashed, whose fault is that? It is your fault. That was Goldberg's fault that happened.
It sure as hell wants to bring your kid to work day.
Brought your kid to a violent environment and expected him to be okay. It's your fault.
You let your kid get in that ring with Bobby Lashley. That's what happened to him.
And Ray was like, "Hey Dom, stay at ringside, man. I'll be right back."
Right?
Dom said, "Hey, Poppy, I'm gonna come help you." He was like, "No, man, don't do that." All right, Bobby
And
was
Wayne's
like,
World in the
shit,
chat
here
saying,
coming another kid, got to choke him out too.
Yeah. Worst wrestling ever.
Oh my God.
And
That's
now
so fucking-
Goldberg is only there for that $5 million paycheck.
Hey, it is what it is. But so the reason I brought that up was because The AEW World Championship was contested in a Texas death match tonight.
Oh, my bad.
Hangman Adam Page versus Lance Archer.
The Murder Bird.
Now, I gotta say, look, the fucking ring announcer announces that it's a Texas death match, and out of nowhere, Page and Archer come flying out of the fucking back, just fighting throughout the whole thing. That right there is why AEW is better than WWE.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you why. If you got a blood feud with someone, if me and Phil are in a blood feud, we can't stand each other on sight. We're gonna kill each other. We're not gonna come down the ramp, get in the ring.
We're not gonna wait
for the referee to ring the bell, lock up. We're not gonna do that.
Just go straight at it.
We're not gonna do that. If I see you backstage and I'm just like, I don't like you, like it's on sight, man.
But y'all hate each other, but you're here to make money, right?
Yeah, man.
The point I'm making is on site. It's gonna be a fight. It's not gonna be like, hey, let's lock up and let's do a headlock and let me shoot you off to the ropes and do this. No,
it's a Texas death match. Yeah.
No, we're gonna kill each other, and these guys literally try to fucking kill each other.
They did the spots that they did, the freaking that finisher that Lance Archer did onto the steps on Hangman's back. Ow,
dude! Did you see the step buckle?
Yeah.
When I felt that, and I'm
like, power bomb onto the steps.
Oh, my back.
I love the fact that Dan Lambert ran down and unscrewed the top turnbuckle, so he couldn't hit a second because he hit the first buckshot lariat, and Archer rolled to the floor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the way a Texas death match works is you have to answer the bell. You have to get up before the count of 10. It's either knockout or submission.
Yep.
So what they mean by knockout is if I throw Julian over the top rope and he can't get back in the ring by the count of 10, if he can't get to his feet by the count of 10, he loses. There's no pinfalls in this thing. So this was like a fight, man. Like you just think of everything you could have ever thought of in a fight like this. I mean, from steel chairs to
referee with the assist
to the ring, to the unscrewed ring post, to a barbed wire chair, to wrapping barbed wire around your forearm and giving discus clotheslines with
the referee assist, by the way.
Dinner fork to the forehead.
Oh my God! Did I do the butcher spot? Yes.
Gruesome self-mutilation.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, won't see that on the WWE, buddy.
No, we never do that. Not even back in the day.
Jake just trying to hit a clothesline.
Oh my God! He hit the short arm. He hit the short arm clothesline, and it was slow as shit, but he still hit it.
He still hit it.
Then he felt the DDT, and Lance Archer was like,
Jake signaled for the DDT, and I was like, Jake, look, I don't care how much DDP yogi you doing. You ain't hitting no DDT, bro. You try to hit that DDT, you're gonna break your whole body.
Yeah.
People gonna have to come scoop you up and prop you up.
That shit. Man, Weekend at Bernie style. But dude, the fact that Archer was stabbing Page in the head with the fork and then licked it Abdullah the Butcher style, I was like, yep, hepatitis. Gross.
Hepatitis. Man, what was that thing on the other side of the entrance where Archer got thrown through that glass at the beginning of the match? What was that over?
So that's the Cody Rhodes entrance. Like when he comes up from the floor and it's like right in the middle of the face and heel locker room. That's what that was.
Yeah, but wasn't it like a glass cover on one of the sides of the entrances?
I think it was covering the W of the AEW fork, but he threw him right through there and fucking it just went everywhere.
It went everywhere. It wasn't slow pace. It was fast paced and violent.
Hey, like I said on Twitter, this match was violent, and I was here for it.
I enjoyed it. Man,
there was plenty of blood to spare. Believe me.
I enjoyed it. I've seen people have already turned on Hangman. It didn't take people.
Oh yeah, on Hangman. Already. My friends already turned on Hangman and everything.
And I don't know. I mean, I think he's had 3 good title defenses so far, including this match. Guys possibly had the best AEW title match on network television.
Against
twice.
Yeah. The guy, he's been having good matches.
So here's the thing. So his match to win the title was excellent when he fought Kenny Omega. His match against Bryan was excellent. I mean, he showed up and he showed out. his next two opponents were kind of not next two, but Lance Archer was, I want to say, maybe a bit of a mismatch because Lance Archer really came off as a bit more of a monster than his previous two opponents. And so while he did beat Lance Archer still got counted out or wasn't able to answer the 10 count, which Texas Death Match, you can't answer the 10 count, you lost. I mean, I get it. That's part of the rules of the match. But people want to see him definitively dominate somebody or go toe-to-toe with someone like the way that he did with Kenny Omega or the way he did with Bryan Danielson. And so that's where I think in his case, he hasn't had that opponent yet that gave the same sizzle that he got from chasing after the title. So there was a whole lot going into it. There was the whole years of buildup into him becoming champion.
Oh yeah.
Now that he is champion, it's like,
what next?
Do we care that he's champion? Like, okay, he is champion, but then now what?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't we rather have Moxley as champion or Bryan Danielson as champion or CM Punk as, well, not CM Punk, but or you know, Cody Rhodes or somebody else. So, you know, it's just all about he needs to have that one match where he looks hella strong and like really dominate somebody. Because he hasn't, even when he feuded with Kenny Omega, he didn't really dominate him. He went toe-to-toe with him and didn't dominate him. With Bryan Danielson, he went toe-to-toe and he went the distance with him, but he didn't dominate him. He needs to have that match or that feud where he
Dominates.
teaches somebody a lesson.
Yeah.
Tells them what's up. And it's like, yeah, now what the fuck? And is your champion.
Yeah. The only reason I think that it works is because his entire story since he's gotten there is that he stepped up in this stacked roster and he goes, I want to be the first world champion. And he failed. And he failed miserably. And I feel like his journey back has been like, I'm unsure if I can do this, but I'm confident now and I'm going to be your champion. And so him beating Omega is a big deal because it took him so long to do it. Sure. And then him coming straight out of the Omega match and doing what Omega couldn't and beating Bryan, correct, being the first man in the company to beat Bryan. And I feel like people have kind of glossed over the fact that he beat Bryan kind of quick. It's like nobody else has beat this guy. He's the only person in the company that beat him. That's not anything to like, you know, just act like it's not a big deal. And then in this match, I do agree. It felt like he survived Lance. But I do feel like that was kind of the point of this, that it's still Hangman, that he is just getting by at the skin of his teeth. And then here comes Adam Cole, who some people want to see as champion. And it's kind of the story of his career with AEW, of him surviving. And then this other character that somebody else might want to see win instead coming out and trying to steal his spotlight.
And
well,
you know
on top of that, I think that nipping on his heels, you have an MJF who wants a challenge for the title. And as big of a heel as MJF is, does he kind of have a claim to the title? Yeah, he does. And it would be kind of nice to see him challenge for the title and be the heel that he is. And will his heel tactics get over this time around? Because he beat CM Punk twice in one night. He beat the all-time favorite. He beat he's better than the best in the world. So
he's,
you know,
can he get a shirt?
Tactics to become, you know, AEW champion. And so, you know, that would be the next obstacle for him to overcome. And if he lost, I don't know that a lot of people would be sad.
Yeah, I think that they've been smart to keep Hangman and MJF away from each other since they had their match, because now you can have him walk around all this time and go, look, I've beat him. I beat Hangman, and I beat Jericho. I beat Punk. I beat Cody. I beat almost everybody there is to beat. Give me my title shot. And so now, once he finally gets that other title shot, not just that, he technically didn't lose to Mox because Mox cheated to beat him.
We have a saying here on the show.
And And Adam Page or Adam Cole didn't technically lose his match to Orange Cassidy because it wasn't sanctioned.
Correct.
True.
But yeah, so he
It
has
didn't count.
he has a claim at this point that nobody has beat him clean. He could technically claim that. So yeah, I think MJF is absolutely going to be his next challenger at probably Double or Nothing. And I wouldn't be surprised if he beats him. But I feel like
You think it's that early? They're going to take the title off of him that quick?
I don't think the Hangman has to have a long title reign because I think he works so well as a chaser. I think him becoming champion
He does.
and failing again, and not failing as bad as he did before, but stumbling and then winning the title again is a good story.
I'm waiting for Hangman to turn heel.
I think they've got such a good baby face in him. I think it'd be a mistake.
Well, he is the top baby face in the company. Let's
Top
call it what it
baby
is.
face of AEW. There's no
Yeah,
need to
and-
really turn him heel.
And since you say that, I can segue into this. Listen, if you are one of these goofs that's on Twitter that thinks Adam Cole has downgraded since he come to the company, I'm gonna just outright say it. You are an idiot. The man has come
Thank you,
in.
Phil.
The man
Thank
has
you,
come
Phil.
in and he has wrestled all of the top baby faces in the company in 4 months. He's wrestled Jungle Boy, he's wrestled Orange Cassidy, and now he's jumping in a feud with the hottest baby face in the company. No, this isn't a downgrade. He hasn't lost a match. He's only lost one match technically.
Those are the WWE
Wow.
stands talking. The
Yeah,
WWE stand.
he's been there 4 months and he's already number one contender.
Yeah.
He's if he doesn't main event this show coming up, Revolution, it's gonna be because Thunder Rosa and Britt are gonna main event that show. But that's the only other match that could possibly main event that show. He's one of the most over guys in the company. It's not a downgrade. He went from wrestling in the CWC where not that many people saw him to wrestling
Thank you.
takeover worthy crowds.
Thank you.
It's not the same.
Oh,
Yep.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. Adam Cole came in right after Page and won the match, bloody as fuck, took the AEW World Championship,
and Wayne
handed the
Bull said
AEW
it.
World Championship to him and said, see you around, kid.
He didn't talk to him after the match either. You know
Like,
that.
that right there, if that wasn't a setup for something great down the line,
Correct.
I don't know what it was. And like Phil said, if you're one of those people that are like, oh, he downgraded from the WWE, really? Let me tell you something. I'm going to give you guys a history lesson on WWE. When they take the guys from NXT, the ones that are kicking all the ass, and they pull them up to the main roster, Adam Cole is 195 pounds. He's 5'6". Do you honestly and truly think that he's
5'6"?
Well, you know what I mean. He's a fucking small guy. I'm 6 feet tall, so if you're not 6 feet tall, you're short.
I'm
You know,
taller than Adam
so-
Cole.
So if you got this guy come to the main roster and he's not a huge, swole, super monster, you're gonna job the fuck out of him. You're gonna make him a manager. You're gonna have him shave his
But-
head and become a manager. Remember the last wrestler they did some stupid shit like that too? Chili McFreeze. Remember that guy? No, you don't. 'Cause his name is Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin now.
Oh,
Look at the
hell
name.
yeah.
Chili McFreeze. Like, could you imagine
Chili
making his way down the aisle?
Chili
Weighing in at
McFreeze.
220 pounds.
You know,
Chili
Jack
McFreeze.
McFrost.
I laughed my ass off.
The glass breaks and that he comes walking
And
out.
people are
it's him.
legit-
It's Chili McFreeze.
The glass breaks. It's a fucking penguin. You know.
and people are legitimately saying, mainly WWE fans are saying that he would have been fine if he would have been out to the main roster. No, the hell he wouldn't.
No.
No.
He might have been fine, but, and I don't think he would have. But to
I mean,
say
remember,
that this
he
is
was
a
the
downgrade
ringmaster.
is, yeah. To say that
He
this
would've
is a
shaven his
downgrade is
head.
stupid.
He would have
It's-
got rid of the name Adam Cole because of Michael Cole, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. To say that this is a downgrade. is
Don't
just
be a
absolutely
lemon, be a
ridiculous.
rosebud.
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
Just people just
It's
turning
so
on.
weird, such weird logic. And I get that some people don't like Orange Cassidy, and they didn't like that it looked like he was in comedy matches. But again, Orange Cassidy is one of the top baby faces in the company. It doesn't like you. It matter if you like him
He's
or
a
not.
sloth.
He's one of the most over guys on the roster.
Right.
Yes.
Hey,
Like
he's a
people were
sloth
complaining about
wrestler.
Danhausen. They were like, I don't understand why AEW signed them.
Curse.
Go watch his stuff on TV. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch Raw and you watch SmackDown, and you watch NXT, and you praise you pray to the WWE gods that that's the best wrestling in the world, and you talk about, oh, Danhausen is stupid. Why would they sign Danhausen? Oh,
Brody King, they signed
Adam-
Brody King, a non-WWE guy.
Adam Cole, you sign Adam Cole, and he's downgraded because he went to AEW. But then you got guys like the Miz wrestling fucking zombies.
Right.
Man.
Exactly.
He wrestled a zombie one time.
You got a pay-per-view. You got a pay-per-view, or I'm sorry, a premium live event built around fucking Pizza Hut pizza.
Hey, I had that triple
and a
box
fucking
Pizza Hut.
gold
That's
egg.
Good. That's good shit.
Oh my god.
You got a whole the longest storyline in the history of WWE is over a fucking gold egg that lasts 2 nights. You know what I'm saying? So you build a pay-per-view. Hold on.
The
You build a
longest
pay-per-view.
story is around Veer.
Yeah, you build a pay-per-view
still
around a
going.
guy. Yeah, you build a pay-per-view around a fucking around a gold egg. Then you build a storyline for
You have a man that
47
fired his own
weeks.
son.
47 weeks
The
of a
next
guy
pay-per-view
who's
is gonna be
coming.
called The Return of Veer.
Look,
Return of Veer.
we
Yeah.
talked about this. We talked about this on the
Virgins.
podcast the other day. Veer has been coming as long as Emelina was coming.
Emelina.
Oh, God.
Remember
Veer
that
Molina?
shit? Yeah. Remember how long it took Emelina to come? And she came and she was like, I ain't doing this shit. That's because it was 6 months of a wait.
No.
Look,
Yeah.
Alexa
Sounds like
Bliss.
my girlfriend.
Alexa Bliss is doing the same thing. It's so bad that they film Alexa
They said they got
Bliss's-
9 weeks for that. For the whole.
those clips of Alexa Bliss that you see, they filmed that all in 1 week.
Oh,
And
one
it's
day.
been like they literally took that 1 week and they cut it up into 9 segments because
Yeah, 9 segment, and there's only been like 3.
Hey, remember when Brandy was doing similar segments when she was also in a therapy office
Mhm.
and how people
Yeah.
didn't like that?
Exactly, but it's okay with this, right? WWE
Yeah, no.
stands.
WWE stands are the
I
freaking
don't
worst.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But
It's all way too much. So when Daniel Bryan and Kane were doing it, the shit was comedic gold. It was
Yeah. You ever thought that
This is just it's dragged. You know what it is? It's TV time that could be a match.
Oh yeah.
It is.
I say that
Point.
every week. I mean, I love my WWE shows as much as I can, but
Try.
I would be the first person to be like, bruh, you're gonna have a match right now.
They need to have a pay-per-view. I'm sorry, a premium live event called catering. Just catering.
Yeah.
All the motherfuckers in catering have to finally
No,
catering.
a WWE
Like,
Network special
as much
called
money as
catering.
you spent on that therapy session with Alexa Bliss, you could have got Shanky some better gear and you would have had him get in the ring and wrestle somebody.
hey man, if you're gonna waste that money, make a new entrance video for New Day and stop having Big E and Kofi come out to that video that has Woods and Kofi on it and E's not in it.
Yeah.
You know what? You really want to get down and dirty with that? Let me look at this.
Here we
Oh
go.
man. It's
They
9 o'clock.
totally shit on Big E.
They did.
They
How-
did.
how-
A big steamy hot one.
How are you gonna fucking Cleveland Steamer my boy Big E like this? How
But he
you
was
gonna do that?
WWE champion. You're just gonna ignore that?
How you gonna have the motherfucker? You break up the New Day, you put him on Raw. He wins the fucking Money in the Bank. He wins the championship. He loses the belt to Brock. He held the belt longer than Kofi did when he in a match with Brock. He loses the belt to Brock, right?
So on SmackDown, he
Hold
won
on,
the
wait.
IC title.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna finally get this out because I know Phil. I know Phil will understand what I'm saying when I say this.
Yeah.
Phil, if I played for the Green Bay Packers, I signed with the Packers today, right? I'm full on. I got 10 years with the Packers. I'm signed, baby. Ooh, I'm excited. The next week, I randomly end up in the fucking Bears. No trade.
That is like the best thing that could ever happen to your
This fucking
life.
guy. This fucking guy.
It's a dream come true. What are you talking about?
In the
You're
grand
arguing
fashion,
shot.
in the grand fashion of
What
Sean
are you
Ross Sapp,
talking about? It's
Listen.
a dream come true.
in the grand fashion of
What?
Sean Ross
Are you
Sapp,
kidding me?
great muters in the house.
It's Make-A-Wish.
English.
Are there some sick kids who want to go play for the Bears? I mean, man, you just laid out the entire
ladies and
plot.
gentlemen.
A whole bunch of kids in Chicago who are laying in their beds, who want to get up, who want to walk, who want to throw the ball, who want to go ahead and just go ahead and
man.
be on Soldier Field,
That's
man.
it.
Talk that ball. talking about playing for the Pack.
Anyway, so like I was saying, the point of the whole thing is this.
I'm
The point of
dying
the whole
over
thing
here.
is this.
I'm
How
coughing up a lung.
Big he get traded back to Raw or back to SmackDown without even a fucking graphic?
Nothing. Bro.
Just oh, by the way, he was like, yeah, now I'm back on SmackDown. What? You just was on Raw. What you just fuck that Brad sport.
Man, it basically felt like Xavier's hurt, so they needed somebody to come back over. And so they were like, oh, well, let's just bring Big E over and you know, let's just deal with it as it go. But I'm like, man, not gonna give him a rematch. He's not in a chamber match. Okay, cool.
Where New Day is back together. What are you talking about?
Dude, quite literally at day one, there was like Roman.
We got Goldberg.
Roman said, I'm sick. Fucking Vince goes, hey, pal,
hey,
we're gonna make this a fatal 5-way.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, this
nigga. Be glad it didn't happen February 1st. It would have been even worse.
Hey, and I mean, it looks pretty clear to me that Lashley is going to lose at Elimination Chamber. I don't think he's winning that match.
Bro,
I'll be surprised if he does. But
long form storytelling. If they want to do it during Black History Month, wherever they want to do it, in the Elimination Chamber, it needs to be Lashley. And it needs to be fucking Brock Lesnar in the ring.
Ashley.
And the New Day needs to break in and they need to beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
In retaliation.
Yeah.
In simple retaliation.
Unicorn stomp his ass out.
Unicorn stomp the shit out of him. And for what he did to Kofi and for what he did for the Big E. And then on the way back, my man MVP needs to just like pull out a couple of envelopes, put it in their hand.
There you go.
Speaking of MVP,
oh,
have you guys checked out his Twitter lately?
He's in the ring. He's back in the ring.
He posted a video, and I think I shared it with you. He posted a video of him in the ring training
with
none other than Carmelo Hayes.
That's right.
Can Carmelo, can MVP be pulling up Carmelo from the NXT to become the new Shelton Benjamin and Alexander?
He was on point.
Wayne's World in the chat.
He shoots a shot he don't miss.
He don't miss.
Hey, I would have been happy if my boy Taylor would have popped up and said, "Hey, player, this is what you
need to do."
Hey,
Here you go, player. Holla. Where to,
hey, honestly, Carmelo is the best character on NXT 2.0 at the moment, in my opinion.
He's pretty good. I really do like Carmelo Hayes a lot.
But next to Raquel Sanchez, Raquel
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah, you like Big Mommy Cool, huh?
Big Mommy Cool.
Yeah.
Not more than I love my fiance, Miss Shayla Brown.
Shout out Shayla.
Homesick right now.
No,
put a ring in the finger of.
Not the COVID, right?
No, not the COVID.
Not the vid.
Shit, nah, man. We got a cruise coming up. She can't have no COVID. We going.
Well, you going on a cruise next week? Yeah, she better not be getting that shit.
Yeah, she better not be.
Can't get cruise tickets back. Can't get that money back.
They have no COVID. We get that boat.
So in short, if you think that what Adam Cole has been doing is a downgrade, you're just not very smart.
Stupid. Randy Orton would say stupid.
I mean, it's the ups and downs of the business. I mean, not everybody can be. Not everybody can be John Cena. I mean, not everybody can be on top, just like perpetually, just like hogging the spotlight.
But he's been in the main storyline since day one.
Yeah,
literally day one.
Yeah. I mean, really consider how much TV time you get. I mean, every time Dynamite comes on, you're on TV. Your music plays, you're going boom. People saying Adam Cole, baby, and all that other shit. You're on the behind the scenes shit. You're on BTE and all that. I mean, so
the funniest spots on BTE are him and Silver and Reynolds. I'm just saying.
It's only when you start losing TV time is when your shit starts going down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and he's
Look
on
at Miro.
TV every week.
Every single goddamn
Speaking
week.
of which,
I think Miro's hurt. I think that's why he's not on TV.
Yeah.
I think he's injured.
He's trending on Twitter, I'll tell you that.
But because he was injured during the match with Brian at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was a good match.
he got knocked the fuck out. He was shit.
Yeah, he was out on his feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
someplace getting drinks with Veer right now.
yeah, so I think that's why we haven't seen Miro, is that he's been injured.
So
but-
Veer and Miro are hanging out, be like, "Hey, so you coming back?" Well, I'm still coming.
Yep. Miro just turns to him and goes, "Yep, just like those Rusev Day shirts were still coming at one point."
So I gotta say this. So Thunder Rosa tweeted, "I like Dynamite," and he has a picture of Keith Lee, right? Sean Ross Sapp is like, hey, Keith Lee debuts on AEW Dynamite. Mia Yim says, "That's my husband."
That's my husband.
But the funniest tweet of the night for me, "Hey, Samoa Joe, are you in the country?" CM
Yeah,
Punk.
I saw that.
Hilarious.
He was like, "Hey, Danhausen, what are you doing later?"
Like, this is the
Oh,
episode
man.
where I thought Cole and Punk were really kiss and made up. But yeah, dang it.
Look, I'm just gonna say this, man. We're gonna leave it on this. The day Cole Cabana
It can be
CM
like,
Punk kiss and make up will be the day Vince McMahon says the WWE sucks balls.
it's
That ain't
9
gonna
o'clock.
happen, ladies and gentlemen.
It's 9 o'clock.
Never mind that, Hausen. Oh my god.
It will be like the first reunion of DX is where it will be the reunion of Cole Cabana and CM Punk. It will be like that. The first reunion of DX was fire.
I don't know, man. After that Billy Gunn shoot interview, I mean, no, I don't know. I don't know what would be in it for Colt Cabana, if anything at all. Which nothing at all, I don't think. But you know
how they say in the business, never say never.
never say never. Never say
Yeah.
never.
Never say never. I mean, we've seen.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever think Brett would be in a ring again with Vince? After
No.
he left?
Correct.
Did anyone thought CM Punk would come back at all in a
Did anyone
wrestling
think
ring?
that the fucking Warrior would make it right with WWE?
No.
No,
So,
never.
And then
You
drop
just never
dead the
know.
next day.
Which was
Hey.
surprisingly
I will say this
Shock.
though.
sad.
I will say this. This is gonna be my contribution to Black History Month today.
Ryback joined his own league.
Feed me more.
Wow. I was gonna say,
Wow, Rye Black. Can you imagine
Right Black.
if you had a brother built like him who stole
Rye
the-
Black?
called himself Rye Black,
Well,
Rye Black.
and he said,
Okay,
"Feed
once
me
again,
more."
I gotta mute. I can't
Rye
handle
Black.
it.
right.
He said
Oh my
Rye Black. Ladies and gentlemen, those are comments
Hey.
of Julian and Julian alone. They do not reflect those of the Roundtable Pros and Podcast or Boys. I'm done there.
Shit. Oh my god.
Rye Black.
Right. Black.
God damn.
Will he too make inspirational videos and do
Okay.
like a
for
channel?
the House Party remake.
What I was gonna say is that
We're gonna kick
One of
your
the most
fucking ass.
one of the most under-discussed, under-celebrated professional wrestlers in the history of professional wrestling. Black Magic, Norman Smiley,
Hell
was
yeah.
a 3-time
Yes.
CMLL World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I'm talking about the guy screaming Norman Smiley, the big wiggle.
Ah! Yeah.
That guy was a,
He was a
was
hardcore
a
match.
CMLL World Heavyweight Champion in Mexico in 1992. He held the title 3 times. And CMLL is the oldest active wrestling promotion in the world right now. Think about that.
Wow.
That's right.
That I did not know.
Fun fact.
I ain't
The more
talking
you
about
know.
what and look. he was he's one of the most influential men behind the scenes of WWE,
Very much so.
training people.
He is.
Norman Smiley, shout out to him, Coach Norman, one of the best in the world.
Didn't he also coach at
Right,
MCW?
Black.
That was the thing.
What?
Did he also coach at FCW when that was the thing?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
He was
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes' right-hand man for a long
Okay.
time.
That's what I thought. The name
It
sounded
was
familiar.
it was
Ooh.
Dusty, Norman Smiley, and then Bill DeMott.
Okay. Man, I
And
was just on the
Malenko
network.
and
I want to
That's
watch
what I
that.
feel. Terry Taylor, Rye Black.
Hashtag Rye
Hashtag
Black.
Rye Black.
Hashtag right black.
Make it trend.
No, let's not make it trend. 'Cause then Ryback will get on there and it'd just be a shit show.
And then he's tough.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this crazy edition of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, AEW Dynamite Review. Phil, tell the people where they can find you every week.
You can randomly find me on Twitter, which people usually try to find me and argue with me.
Yeah.
And you can also find me on Saturdays on Fightful's YouTube channel at noon Eastern every Saturday, and that's Grapsody with me, Will Washington, and Righteous Reg.
Some good shit. Where else can they find you? I mean, you do a lot of
Where
other shit
else?
besides that.
Yeah, you can find my writing at Bleacher Report. You can sometimes find my writing at Daily DDT. I'm out there. Bylines are out there.
The boy's out there, ladies and gentlemen. He does a lot of shit. Shane,
Yeah.
tell the people where they can find you, Mr.
Oh my.
Twitch certified guy.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitch at Husky_518, where I almost been a week now since I've been Twitch affiliated.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What?
you can also find him on OnlyFans at Husky518. Ain't nobody buying it, but I mean, $9.99.
Hey, that thing is so
wouldn't know
petty.
because I ain't looking.
Nobody else is.
You never know. Because I legitimately have people ask me that, like for real, because of the damn podcast.
That's enough. Yeah, because you're crazy on the podcast. Julian, tell the people where they can find us every day.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking to get your podcast goodness on a day-to-day basis and you're in the Portland, Oregon area, tune in on Mondays at 10 p.m. on Channel 22 on Xfinity TV and 8002 CenturyLink TV. You want some more?
Yeah.
Tune in on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. on Channel 23 Xfinity TV and Channel 8003 CenturyLink TV. And if you want even more, tune in
More?
at 9:30 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Damn.
On Channel 11 Xfinity TV and CenturyLink.
Wow.
Man, there's a lot of you know what? And when you're driving in your car, you see these
Really want to listen to it.
these chocolate gods and that vanilla dude down there.
Right down there.
You know, when you're driving your car and you hear these voices, these melodious voices, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
man, I can't watch these cats because I'm driving. Man,
And you
can
can't
always
do
go to
that.
Amazon. You can go to Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and all major podcast platforms. Man, we are everywhere. If you want to hear some cool ass wrestling news, man, you can go to BuySlam.net for all your wrestling news needs, man. I'm talking about all types of shit, the rumor mill, everything. And my favorite part of the show. It's very, very, very special to me, ladies and gentlemen, because I love being able to express myself in this way toward you guys. You know, if you want to continue to check out the website, if you want to donate, it's real simple. You can go to www.slamchats.com.
Say that again, but real slow.
That's www.slamchats.com.
Oh my god.
Drop a dub.
Oh yeah. Show you right.
Get some Rob Blacks up in you.
Oh, God damn it. Damn it, Julian.
Hey, man.
No
it is
longer will I tell you stories of
9:39.
Rob
I'm
Black.
good to go.
No longer am I going to tell you stories about Rob Black. God damn it, Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We will see you guys on Friday for AEW Rampage and, of course, SmackDown also.
Yay.
For your boy, Phil Lindsey, for Shane Husky, Kimball Julian, I'm your brother franchise. And, yeah, we'll see you guys on Friday. Peace out.